Yeah, I mean, you never want to be at the podium discussing, your last game of the season. So unfortunately, today we weren't able to survive in advance. But like I told our young ladies in the locker room just a second ago, I was really pleased with our second half efforts. We were down almost 30 something points or whatever, and we could have allowed that to dictate how we played. And I thought in the second half, we won the fourth quarter, tied in the third quarter. We just dug a hole for ourselves too late. Hats off to ULM. I told Missy, she's done a phenomenal job with that team. They brought in some really talented transfers that have led the way from them all season, and we knew that they were going to come in a little more aggressive because we had beat them at the buzzer down at our place. And so that second half, we dug a hole a little too deep. But I'm proud. I'm proud of this group. Like I told them, we had a lot of losses, but we also had 15 wins on the year. And so I think sometimes you forget to think about the positives. And, I always, tell our players, I do everything for an audience of one. And so it's for God. And so on good days, I thank Him. On bad days, I thank Him. Every great gift comes from above. And, I'm thankful that He's allowed us to have the 15 wins on the season, although we couldn't come up with this 16th win today. On my left here, I have Constance Thomas, who's a senior guard.
Coach, hey, Paul Chestnut, Fox Sports, Pensacola Radio. You were coming off an emotional win
Yeah.
Yesterday. This is, a tough conference.
Yeah.
How difficult is it? You went emotionally. You got to come back the next day and get the team ready. How difficult is that?
I mean, that's a great question. It's challenging, and I don't think people understand just how strong the Sun Belt women's basketball play is. I know we're a one big lead, but I mean, I think they got to change that. I mean, we're the women's teams are too strong. And so on every night, you have to bring your best, especially during tournament play. You talk about a fifth seed, but I mean, they could very well be a one seed how they played tonight. And so, it was draining yesterday to have to hold on to the lead. And then for us to have to compete against a team who kind of played with more of a revenge spirit. I thought they came out extremely aggressive and attacked us out the gate. I don't think we were ready for that because we hadn't even really celebrated the yesterday's win. And so it's tough for young people to kind of put that aside and refocus and regroup. And just to be consistent with it. I think whoever wins the tournament may or may not be the best team. It's just a team who can be consistent, every day, night in and night out.
You outscored them in the second half. I mean, what were the positives that you saw in that second half?
Yeah, we got back to just being Georgia Southern. We want to push. We want to run. We want to get points in the paint. We want to rebound. We want to block shots. I just challenged them to play and have fun. I challenged them to be just as aggressive as ULM was aggressive to us. I thought we played a little too passive in the first half. I thought we didn't rebound like we needed to. We weren't getting in passing lanes and getting steals like we needed to. And so they just played a little more aggressive. I mean, I think Constance Thomas led us with that charge of just getting downhill. I said, we're worrying about guarding them. They also had to guard us. And so we just got back to being Georgia Southern. But it was a little bit too little too late. And that's why I'm here talking about ending of our season.
Constance, this year, last year with Georgia Southern, you get another year?
I do get another year.
Okay, you do. Just talk about what's it meant to you, putting on the uniform here and playing women's basketball.
Um, oh, that just throws me back to the motto, like, just believe in the vision. Like, ever since I came here, that was always the motto. Going out there playing, putting on a jersey, believing in the vision, winning. Even during hard times, just always trusting that we're capable of doing what we need to do.
I know you just ended the season, but maybe talk a little bit about your season and maybe what you learned about yourself this year moving forward.
Um, I mean, like, the season didn't go as planned, but like through every loss, we all learned something. So whether that's being more aggressive, boxing out, what I learned about myself is, I have to play a part in everything. As far as boxing out, I can't relax on defense and just keep going.
Coach, I do have one more
Yeah.
question, and I'm just curious with everything going on in college sports with transfer portal and NIL.
Yeah.
Does it affect the women's basketball program? Sun Belt Conference a lot or not?
Oh no, absolutely. I don't. On our women's side, we've lost both Player of the Years to Power Fives in the last 2 years, and so, I know we got some players that have had some good seasons. Taryn Ward is one. You're gonna have to re-recruit her. But it does affect women's basketball. But it also helps. I mean, you look at ULM; they was able to bring in some Power Five transfers that helped Coach Bilderbeck turn the program around. And so, although sometimes we lose our best players to Power Fives, we also are able to kind of gain one. CC came from Penn State, and so we're also able to get blessed on our rosters with the shifting of the transfer portal. You don't like to see it. Well, I don't personally. I don't like to have a whole lot of transfers. I think. One of my most disappointing moments about this season that we did have a lot of seniors that had been here for 4 years, and I think we did things the right way, and I'm a little sad in that it didn't come up at the end how we wanted it. But I think the transfer portal is here. It's here to stay. You got to recruit your roster, but you got to be okay to change with the times. And so we also got to go shopping in the portal a little bit too to fill some spots of some seniors that have exhausted their eligibility.
Coach, a question here from Zoom, similar to the question for her. What did this season teach you about yourself and, this program?
This season humbled me. So I had been blessed to be a winning coach and, win championships, every second to third year, compete for a championship. And so I genuinely thought that this was one of our best years as far as our roster, our talent, our experience, the veterans. These young ladies knew the system, and so I don't know what happened down the stretch, and that's something that I have to go back and revisit, over this break. But I think it's humbled me and it's made me appreciate the wins. And I think that's what I shared with our players in locker room. Like, no coach in any sport at any age group wants to lose sporting events, games. But I think this year taught me the value of just how special every win is. And so I think that was a life lesson for me is to, I think I opened the conference with talking about, all great things come from above. Like, I think in all my winning beforehand, I just wanted to win more, and I was a really bad loser. In this losing that we've had late, I've been able to find positives in those things. And then also just, like I said, humble myself and realize that, especially in the Sun Belt, like the gentleman said, it's hard to win every night. And so I used to didn't celebrate wins because we won a lot. I'm celebrating every win from here on out, regardless if it's against a non-Division I opponent, a non-tournament game, or whatever, valuing the win and just being positive in the losses.